Nigel, we were just talking about what a night for Bodø tonight at San Siro. You did say in the pre-show, didn't you? You could see it happening.
I did, Poppy, and I said I was reading the tea leaves that Bodø Glimt will get it done, and they did. And they deserve to get it done because, for me, they've been absolutely sensational. You and I have had the pleasure of covering them in the Europa League. We've seen the football they've played. They haven't deviated or changed from the style. They went to play Champions League football. We did question whether it was a level too far. It was great what they did in the Europa League, but they've just gone from strength to strength. And we've got to put it into perspective right now. Bodø Glimt needed 7 points to make it into the next round. Crazy. And they got 7 points. And you're talking about winning against an Atletico Madrid side, winning against a Manchester City side, beating an Inter Milan side at home, and then beating Inter again. This isn't by luck. And everything that they've done, they've stayed true to their principle and how they play. I know Nico's going to join us later, can give us a deeper insight and going to Bodø and being over there. But truly deserved it. Fantastic performance. Unbelievable. On paper, Troy, would you say this is one of the biggest upsets we've seen in the Champions League?
Oh, yeah, by far. Just for, as you said, that the whole population can fit in the San Siro. That in itself is enough to say that it is. I think the footballing market in the way that they've done it. Now, you talk about that place with, what, 40,000 people living in Bodø. They've got about 4 million fans just off of tonight now. There'll be Italian fans, there'll be fans like us watching it go, oh, I've got to keep an eye out for them now because they play attacking football. They play wonderful stuff. But for me, I just think it's a great story and one that doesn't feel like it's coming to the end anytime soon.
Hello, Nico Cantor.
Hello, brother. How are you?
Welcome in.
What's up?
Have you finished giving Bodø Glimt their flowers?
Yeah, definitely.
On the Champions League
We're
show?
expecting you to give some more in a moment. Try to make it about the Inter conversation.
Yeah, which is pretty bad, huh?
Well, I think so. I said it's embarrassing.
I think it is.
Thank you. That's all I need. I got one on side. But to your point,
you don't think it's embarrassing?
Nigel said no.
I said embarrassing is too much of a strong word because then you're discrediting the body of work of what Bodø Glimt has done. They beat Manchester City.
No. I disagree. I think both things can be a reality. I think you could look at Bodø Glimt and say that what they've done is remarkable, and I think you could look at what Inter has done and bowing out of the knockout stage playoff to a team that's in their debut Champions League season is an embarrassment when you're champions of Italy, when you made the final last season, and you have this embarrassment shadow hanging over you after you lost that final 5-0, right? So Chivu, although it wasn't his fault, he didn't put his team in the position to lose 5-0 in the final. It feels like Inter owes the fans something. And I think how they're going to revert that situation is by winning Serie A. But losing to Bodø Glimt, it definitely puts a stain on how this season plays out.
And another element to that, what I was just thinking as well, think back to Man City last year, take it back to the Premier League. They went out to Real Madrid in the same phase last year, and it was an embarrassment for Pep. It was a stain on his can he do it in the Champions League? And it wasn't because he lost to Real Madrid, it's because they'd won it the year before. Do you get what I mean? So now when you look to finalists, it's an embarrassment.
The expectation's
right on there.
I understand where you guys are coming from, but my thing is, what I'm trying to say is, I just don't want to diminish what Bodø Glimt have done.
I don't think any of us are.
Because we've got to put it out there, because some people might not see it. Like you said about how some people going into this, everyone's, oh, Inter will turn it around. It's only Bodø Glimt. It's the San Siro. Inter will turn it around. And they didn't. But I went on the fact of, because of what I've seen Bodø Glimt do to really top sides, that's why I'm saying, for me, that we've got to give credit on that. So the two things can be true at once, but giving context to it.
So to answer your question about the strikers, though, Lautaro Martinez being out, yes, that's a miss because he's iconic to Inter and to the fan base and to the team. But you've got 4 top strikers, and what we've spoken about all season is how good of a strike force they've got. Unfortunately, you've got to lose players to injury. It's part of the season. That's why you have such a top a squad that they've assembled. When you lose one, does it hurt? Yes. But we're not giving Napoli an out because they had 13 players injured. We're not giving Tottenham Hotspur a reason in the Premier League because they've got 13 injured. It's part and parcel of it. It's got to deliver. And unfortunately, in the Champions League, they didn't deliver.
They had enough of a quality team to get the job done, Inter. Like, I just don't think there's any excuse you can give Inter right now. Maybe you can question again Chivu's team selection in the first leg.
I was about to say, does it change the perception of Christian Chivu? Because there's been a lot of positivity around this team and how they've done this season, especially in Serie A being so dominant. But now, does it start to take a different light?
100%. He's managing Inter. And in a game like we said, most people go into this thinking, okay, they've got enough players, they've got enough quality at home at the San Siro, they should get the job done. And they didn't. They were outplayed. Bodø had the better chances in the game. I think now there will be serious questions raised on Chivu, regardless of their standing in Serie A.
Yeah.
Because this is Inter Milan. The standards are higher for what this club expects. That's just the reality.
Now it's a must-win in Serie A. They're 10 points clear at the top of the Scudetto race, but the Derby della Madonnina is coming up in a couple of weeks where, like Troy said, that deficit could be cut to 7. Let's just give Bodø some flowers, though. Nico, you were there, obviously, for the first leg. We saw you jumping in the cold plunge, really getting...
I never thought I would see Nico's nipples on TV, but it was good to see.
He goes to the gym, apparently.
I've been told that I have to flex a little bit more.
Oh, okay.
Again, it's not about how it looks. I challenged Nigel to go. Nigel, I want to see you go step by step with me in any race, long race.
You didn't like it, did you?
Step by step in what?
I would like to see him jump in that water.
Yeah.
That
by the way, the last cold plunge that I did, 1 minute 15 seconds.
It's pretty impressive.
Nice.
What will the reaction be, do you think, tonight in Bodø? How do the Bodø fans feel, Nico?
Okay.
Are they taken by surprise, or are they kind of like taking it in their stride?
I think it's very difficult for us to put ourselves in the Bodø Glimt fans' shoes. Because, again, this is a team whose main concern was not get relegated, not from the second tier, not from the third tier. And now they're playing Champions League football and going to San Siro and winning. The fans can't believe it. And the fact that they've hosted and then gone to San Siro, outplayed Inter, and deservedly gone through, it's like fairy tale doesn't even begin to describe what they must feel. It must be a dream. I told the fans, I asked them, does it feel like a pinch me moment? And they said, yeah, it does, because this is, somebody told me, this is so stupid. I can't believe this is a reality. Like, you look at their stadium. My high school has better turf than their stadium. They're in a stadium where there's apartment buildings inside of the ground.
And now they're going to have to up the tickets, because in the next round they're going to either face Manchester City or Sporting, which, I mean, you would say, Troy, you've already beaten Manchester City once before. You've shown you could do it. Obviously, though, I'm sure they would prefer to play Sporting.
You would like to think so. I think for the beauty of what Bodø are doing right now is the pressure on both of these other teams is even bigger than what it's just faced with Inter. Man City going out to Bodø is career defining for Pep Guardiola when it comes to the Champions League. For Sporting, again, their fan base believe that they're one of the best teams in Europe, and they should be beating teams like this comfortably. So all of that plays into their favour, and the way that both, just purely from a football point of view, the way that both teams play, it suits Bodø as well, because both teams are open, they're expansive. None of them are going to sit in and say, oh, we're going to be scared of you. So it plays into this attacking narrative that they have as well, because they can play through the lines and have that wonderful attacking threat that they do have.
Just don't overlook Bodø at home. The conditions, the turf pitch, the way that they play, all plays right into their hands. And I do think Chivu overlooked Bodø in the first leg because his focus was on Serie A. He benched Zielinski, he benched Di Marco, and the team looked different.
I'm hearing that actually he's not the only person that overlooked Bodø, because we've seen a lot of videos of you this week, right, in Bodø. I'm hearing that we have one for you, Nico. Let's have a look.
I tend to think that Jax and Nora don't know ball.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jen.
No, I'm sure.
Food right there.
Yeah, I know. I can imagine.
Yeah, Jax got it right. Our producer's cat definitely got it right. If you would have asked me from the beginning, I thought Inter was going to be Bodø.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jen.
So did our Italian colleagues and Iron Man.
Newcastle.
I can't believe the disrespect for Jackson Nora.
Yeah, sorry, Jax.
Our amazing producer, Jen.
Yeah.
Doing
So Jax knows ball, Nora doesn't know ball.
But Nico, you also ran past their new stadium.
Yeah, I did, and they have a new stadium, by the way, Bodø Glimt.
How's it look?
It's going to be like 500 more people. Nigel goes, what, 40,000? No, bro, 40,000 is the population of the town.
That's a town now. There's nothing wrong with that. Get the whole town involved. That's what
It's quite small. It's going to be still a very small stadium, and they've only just started, but it's going to be theirs. Yeah. The stadium that they have now, it's like the municipality or the Nordland Counties
Which is crazy
stadium.
in itself, isn't it? They are the craziest story of the Champions League of recent
The stands
years.
are made of wood.
Bizarre.
Like, that hangs over the main stand. It's made of wood.